do a lot of.
Marion Dries with WFPK Radio Louisville, and I'm with the Kopecky Family Band today, and I'm really excited. You guys have just gotten cleaned up after your first couple of shows at Bonnaroo,
Yes.
and how do you feel about it?
Kind of unreal. It's been one of the best experiences of our career so far. We totally didn't know what to expect when we got in here, and we really left the stage feeling like we just played the best show that we'd ever played in our career. So
That's got to feel fantastic when you've laid it down at probably the biggest crowd, maybe
It
that
was
you.
insane.
Yeah,
There were
was,
so many people.
yeah, I mean, it was probably one of the biggest crowds we've ever played for, and like two of them actually. Both of the shows were just overwhelmingly like awesome.
Well, before we go any further, guys, I want you all to introduce yourselves. So we'll start on my right.
I'm Marcus, and I play cello in the band.
Thank you, Marcus. And
I'm Steven, and I play lead guitar.
okay.
I'm Kelsey, and I sing. I'm one of the lead vocalists, and I play keys and a little bass.
Okay. And
And I'm Gabe. I play rhythm guitar and trombone, and I'm a lead singer with Kelsey.
terrific. Now, tell us how this band came about.
Ask her that one.
All right. You go, girl.
Well, Gabe and I started writing music together while we were in college back at Belmont in 2007, and it just so happened that he would always say my last name, like Kopecky Family Band. That sounds like a Polish family band. And so we started the band kind of, we didn't know that we would actually play or tour or anything, and our best friends
Joke idea.
just-
I mean, total joke name. Like,
yeah, we kind of employed all of our best friends as the rest of the band, and we've been together ever since.
All right. Well, best friends. How did you guys become best friends? So.
Nashville, really. I mean, we all went to school at one point or the other at Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee, and some of us have finished there. I know Kelsey graduated a couple years ago, and a couple of guys just graduated, and a couple of us left school a while back.
Well, we won't say who, but I tell you what, too. Those of you who just recently graduated, who's the recent graduate? Toots.
Gabe and David.
I just graduated, and David, our drummer, just graduated.
Okay.
And Corey just graduated too, back in
Corey
December.
graduated in December. Yeah.
Well, anyway, hearty congratulations to all of the family. Yes, we don't have all the family today. We just have most of the family that have graduated. That is totally awesome, and you should feel, hey, you've 1-2 punch. You nailed it on stage, and you nailed it in the classroom.
That's it feels pretty good to know that I'm not completely hopeless in becoming an artist.
Overachievers.
That's right. And well, speaking of which, these guys have achieved pretty well. They've got a good friend at NPR, our friends over there. Bob Bolin is a good
Yes.
fan of you guys.
We love him. They're so supportive of us. Ever since CMJ back in last October, they stumbled in on one of our shows and just loved it and kept, have been friends ever since.
They've totally kind of become family too. Like, I mean, when we were just in DC a couple weeks ago, we did the Tiny Desk session, and you don't see it on the video that we just released it this Monday, but like Bob on the other side, right when he finished, was like 2 thumbs up, just looking at us, and we're like, it felt like a proud father kind of moment, and it was really cool.
Oh, that is so hot. And also, I got to say that I was listening to their latest release is an EP called Of Epic Proportions. And I tell you what, apparently that I've read that a fan favorite is Howlin' at the Moon, and I have to say this was on heavy repeat on my trip down to Bonnaroo this year.
Well, thank you. It was fun. It was kind of like a project because we released like a 7-song EP called The Disaster. And then we still had these other songs, and we were working towards maybe making another record, but we had some songs that we'd written earlier that we didn't get to record with the EP.
Oh, okay.
So we decided we had The Disaster, and then we were going to record 5 songs and release Of Epic Proportions. So it kind of goes together, The Disaster of Epic Proportions.
Okay, terrific. what?
Second thought, I guess.
There you go. What's your favorite track on the EP, or any of your EPs? We can include them all.
Man, that's a tough one. Honestly, though, right now I think "Howlin' at the Moon" is my favorite right now to play, and just as a song. Like it's been a process. I feel like we've all kind of settled into like this new stuff that we're, presenting to people, and them kind of connecting to it, and you kind of learn how to channel that in the way that you play it, and you kind of, I don't know, a song really is not a static thing.
That one thing I noticed about the song is that it's got a really unusual breakdown. I mean, songs usually have a middle eighth or whatever you want to call it, but this one doesn't go in the direction that I expected it to go. So how did that come about?
It's actually funny because it's kind of a weird break too, because and most radio stations are like, well, we don't know what to do with this part because it's kind of funny, but like it's something where like we wanted to. There's so much going on for so long during the song. There's like you got the Oriental vibe of the strings and the way that they're playing, kind of the
hammer dulcimer.
Yeah, but and they're doing that kind of stuff, and then everything's kind of just really rocking, and then we bring it down and just simplify everything. All of a sudden, it's just my guitar and a kick drum, you know, and then it builds and builds and builds, and it kind of just it's like a steady momentum crescendoing to this. I think it's the most emotional point in the song, even when we're not singing anything, you know. And it's like it's trying to convey the whole idea of what we were, you know, trying to push with the song, and it's totally. I don't even know what the time signature is. I think it goes from like 7/8 to
5/4 to like 6/4 or something.
So something like that.
That and all those asparagus chords. You're getting me confused now, dudes. All I know is it absolutely rocks. I got a copy of the CD right here. I'm going to be bringing it back to WFPK, and I'll be spinning it. And before you guys go, any other thoughts that you wanted to convey to the fact that you're here at Bonnaroo? I tell you what, why don't you guys all give me a big Bonnaroo on the count of 3. All right. 1, 2, 3, Bonnaroo!